Here's a term I bet you've heard before. Fake news. And I get that the only real reason he's going after these news agencies is because they're specifically targeting him, but that doesn't make him any less correct. If you ask me, Trump's fake news claims are the best thing to come out of this presidency. I think pretty much everybody understands at this point that the media lies to their audiences, but I don't think they get the full extent of this issue. I am not exaggerating when I say that they are 120% full of shit. All of them. All of them. And the thing is, the news used to be able to afford to be more objective because they had no competition. They didn't need the clickbait headlines full of hyperbole because their headlines were pretty much the only ones that were gonna get viewed anyway. Just about anybody today can start an independent broadcast or a blog or a news forum. And the thing is, it's very important to bear in mind that these news organizations are first and foremost a business. They could give a fuck if you're actually informed so long as you're still buying their shit. But the audience is also a big part of this problem. Because by and large, people don't watch the news to get informed. People watch the news for a sense of gratification and the confirmation of the beliefs that they already hold. Do you think people tune into Fox News thinking they're gonna hear some enlightening new theories on abortion or the military-industrial complex? Fuck no. They already decided how they felt about that shit a long time ago, and now they just want to hear it regurgitated out of the mouth of some dolled-up news anchor. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with being biased, you just can't claim to be unbiased when you very clearly are. But claiming an objective stance while actually being totally biased is what the media thrives on in today's journalistic climate. Because think about it, if they claim to be objective, if they say these are the facts, and it happens to co-align with the things that you already believe, that's gonna make you feel pretty smart, isn't it? So enter someone like Hunter S. Thompson, who believed that a reporter was just as much a part of the story as anything else. He believed that we're all biased. Because we are, and so he didn't see the sense in trying to completely remove yourself from the story. Just tell everything exactly as you saw it. Let people understand who you are as a person, and they'll take all of that into consideration. This more personal, first-person approach to reporting is what Hunter called gonzo journalism. And it's rising in popularity as more and more people are able to share their personal experiences with the world. But with all this new freedom of information and ability to get your version of the news out there, it has led to a lot of clutter. And unfortunately, the way that we sift through all of that clutter has gotten very monopolized. With the exception of the handful of people that are actually still using Bing, pretty much everybody uses 3 major networks: Google, Facebook, and YouTube. And I promise you, each of them is just as politically biased as any of these other companies. And that's something that we should really be worried about, but nobody seems to want to acknowledge. And you might think it's fine, because there are plenty of people with different beliefs that are sharing articles online, but the problem is, you gotta find it first. Google and YouTube and Facebook may not decide what gets posted on the internet, but they certainly decide how easy it is to find it. They are no strangers to censoring or pushing back results if it doesn't co-align with their beliefs. This happens all the time, particularly with conservative sources, with people like Alex Jones, and even myself. And I don't think people realize just how warped that can make your perception of the world. So after hearing all of this, you might be wondering, what's the solution here? What can I do to find the truth? Well, not a lot. But what you can do that helps is to consume lots of media from opposing sides of the spectrum. I may be liberal, but most of the media I actually consume are from conservative sources, because I don't need some liberal guy telling me all the shit that I already believe all the time. So if you really want to figure out what's going on in a particular news story, look at that news story first from a liberal source, and then look at it from a conservative source. Dissect both pieces and gut them of all the opinionated garbage, and take a look at the facts that remain, and whichever ones line up with both stories is generally the only real truth you're gonna find in that article. Now I'm gonna go, but if there's one thing that I want all of you to take away from this, it's that any news organization that claims to be unbiased is usually the most biased of them all.